All right, guys, the final series of the night here for the Intel Extreme Masters New York qualifiers from the Asian realm, as we now have INnoVation versus Curious. And oh boy, Curious looked really good before, but this is going to be a tough one.
Yeah, this is going to be a tough one. Of course, INnoVation is the best Terran versus Zerg player in the world. He's crisp, he's aggressive, he's got everything that happens behind the scenes down to a T. And it's beautiful watching through. It really is like watching art. And now we're going to have to see if somehow, some way, Curious has something special. It's very difficult to beat INnoVation straight up. Maybe Curious can do it. Or does Curious have something planned to beat INnoVation out in this best of three?
I certainly hope he has some plans, because this is going to be a tough one, as we have spawning up to the top left-hand corner. That man himself, currently 19-1 in series against Zergs over the past month and a bit. He is ace at INnoVation. And spawning down to the bottom right-hand corner, we have our red Zerg. Looking so good through the qualifiers, and now faces his toughest challenge yet in them. He is StarTale Curious.
That's right, just one series away from qualifying to the Intel Extreme Masters New York tournament, which will be played out in 3 weeks' time across the weekend of October the 12th and 13th of the 2 days. It may be more than the 2-day tournament, maybe 3 days. How long is Comic-Con usually when you've been there?
I haven't been to Comic-Con before.
You never did it before?
No, okay. I wasn't with ESL the last time they went to New York.
Okay.
So it was Bitter and Rotti.
Oh, okay. Oh, cool. Well, I'm looking forward to getting back into business.
Yep, yep.
But INnoVation's opened up with a barracks against Curious. Well, you know, just going for a barracks here. Curious known for his random aggressions early on, his random 6 pool. So INnoVation's just taken a bit of a slower approach when it comes to his economy here, has taken a refinery, and most likely with the 13 refinery, it wasn't 12 actually. So it will be a little bit more economy focused because he does have that extra SCV mining before he took the gas. Should be going towards a Reaper, and we'll expand behind this as well. It'd be weird if he didn't, of course.
Yep, SCV gets sent back to the mineral line whilst one pursues the drone and the other gets back to work on that barracks. And, you know, Curious was very, very scared of his opponent actually going for some kind of earlier proxy barracks or something like that. So he checked up near the watchtower, making sure that that wasn't going to be the case. But I haven't seen too much proxy shenanigans from INnoVation as of late.
Not really. He really doesn't do 2 racks too much. He just relies on his pure mechanics to win in the game.
Yeah.
It happens so often that it works really well for him. Curious has taken a gas. This offers up a lot of options for him from here. Usually we even see Zerg players just go straight to 4 queens and then take their gases twice at once at the same time. But dedicating to a gas earlier on does obviously mean that 3 drones are not mining minerals and are mining gas. So that's 3 less drones bringing in income, which is a lot of money actually. You do lose a lot of minerals when you take this. So from this position though, the advantages of taking the extractor, obviously going to get Zergling speed very, very early on. Could go for some random roach timing. You see in a Reaper. So he may not even get Zergling speed, may go roaches, may, you know, get speed and then mine more gas later on. A couple of options here from Curious.
I wouldn't mind him going for the speed earlier on, because dealing with anything that INnoVation is going to throw at him is certainly annoying. And then we do have that speed now started up. So INnoVation is going to poke around with this Reaper, but he needs to not overstay his welcome. It's going to be a while, though, admittedly.
Yeah, and ideally he will want to just have a look at that gas, see how much is being mined, if still drones are mining from it, so he can start to figure out and build a plan around what his opponent's doing. But we do have just the factory, a faster factory because of the faster gas here coming out from INnoVation, so he will have Hellions out on the map to do a little bit of damage, join with a single Reaper. And, you know, so we'll see what happens with Curious.
So, you are correct. And with that, you know, Curious here, again, we've seen flurries of aggression from him in the past, just completely random, spontaneous times. So INnoVation is going to be looking out for that. He's got his 3rd command center on the way as well. But that one Reaper, still alive and kicking, good to go. With these Hellions coming along with it as well, poking at the front is no small feat.
Absolutely. I really agree with what you said about how Curious is known for his random timings. And that's something that INnoVation will 100% be certain to try to figure out. Curious is poking in with Novord, and we'll see the barracks and maybe see the command center if he moves a little bit more forward. Does now see it, so he knows exactly who's playing against 3 command centers. But there's no aggression planned from Curious, and INnoVation's going to get in and see it. He sees a drone transferring, which means that you know, there's still drones being
Extra
made,
drones.
not units. So he knows that he shouldn't really be facing any form of aggression here. And as we can see, Dez hasn't got a bunker down, nothing like that.
And this extra Overlord actually pokes into the right-hand side just to make sure that there's no extra buildings down on that side as well. So he knows about every single building pretty much of his opponent, unless some extra ones were added on the left-hand side for now.
Curious has set up a counterattack. Like, when the Hellions come to touch the edge of creep, he goes in with his links. And that's quite a few links. They would get a lot of SCV kills. If he times it out nicely, that is and could be a nice starter move from him. But INnoVation's got his Hellions on defense back at home.
Yeah, he hasn't... I think the Reaper's doing actually a pretty good job of poking around. It saw the third. He didn't see any lings at the front or anything like that, so maybe that's why he's assuming that, you know, he has to keep these Hellions, but maybe he was also just waiting for the 6 as well, because in the past that we've seen INnoVation actually move out with those initial 6.
Yeah, look, he's going to move out now, I guess. Still not very fast with this movement out. It's allowing a lot of creep spread, and Curious is probably wondering, what the hell is going on? We even see Curious may poke forward to realize, but behind it he has got his double evolution chamber for his upgrades.
Yeah.
Obviously, INnoVation's just played it out super normal. 3 command centers, extra barracks, double engineering base will come down. But, all right, Curious is moving in. He's like, God, why are these... So he's actually going to get in there.
That was so lucky.
Yeah, it was very lucky. It was lucky. But he's not going to get that much done because obviously INnoVation wasn't very far away.
Yeah, and I was a little bit worried as to what Curious was going to do back home when these Lings were going to try and dive in, because obviously he would have only had the 2 queens at the front, but he threw down a spine crawler in between these 2 bases. So that was the kind of compensation move he was going to go for to deal with the Hellions initially, but still, it's not too mobile a defense.
But because the Reapers and the Hellions haven't pressured the front door, the creep spread's gorgeous already here. And then we've got the upgrades coming in. As you said, the spine crawler's there to fortify the low ground, which protects his natural main and third because it's in such a good place.
Wow, and he didn't even get that creep tumor. That one that he was trying to focus down on did not go down, so the creep is still going to continue being very nice.
Yep, and now the layer's on this way. So actually a very good game here from Curious so far. Very good game. Obviously INnoVation hasn't made any mistakes either, so is on just complete runway pathway towards getting his third base and lining up everything. Bailey Nest come down at the exact right time here. Overlord speed has been researched. The only one thing that's a bit out of place compared to usual games, but I'm a big fan of this actually. Getting these Overlords spread around to make sure you can see the drops come in before they do actually hit gives you a nice edge when it comes to getting your Mutalisk to pick them off early. Yeah,
it certainly helps out a lot in terms of that defense. Just being able to respond and get yourself well positioned for the later stages. But now, no, INnoVation, he's getting his third base. He's got himself set up. He's breaking down both rocks so that he can both fortify and allow him to move between these locations. And, well, he's just going to be playing out his normal game. Plenty of barracks, plenty of Marines.
Yeah, very good game. I'm actually very pleasantly surprised by Curious, playing a very solid game. The macro hatch is down, his drone count's beautiful, he's breaking the rocks to take a 4th base soon, and he's even got 8 Bailings setting up for the initial couple of Marines, the Marine push, the 16 Marine, backed up with the Hellions and 2 double medibacks. So far, so good. He's even got Bailing speed coming in as long as he gets 2-2 immediately because he should have enough gas across the 3 bases. Spire on its way. Great game from Curious as well, but this is where INnoVation can put it in his favor, maybe.
Yeah, certainly. So we're trying to wrap around with these Zerglings, and actually gets a good wrap around. The Marines have to evacuate out, and that was a much cleaner cleanup than I was expecting to
now,
get.
that's the difference between Curious and the other game, Petraeus that we had earlier. I keep forgetting his name, Petraeus. So that's the difference. You know how harder it was for Petraeus to deal with that compared to Curious right now?
Yeah.
That's the difference between both of them. 2-2 is on its way. He has taken 0 damage, so we'll see the 4th base come down as soon as these rocks are broken as well. Perfect game. Really solid game from both players.
Yeah, and even just then, Pneumatized Carapace finished at exactly the right time to actually save that one Overlord. The Marines move into a position where they're going to be a little easier to defend against those Zerglings, but Curious is all over this. Curious is not taking any damage. He's got 2-2 on the way, Centrifugal Hook, Spire, and his creep is still looking really good.
Yeah, he's replenished some of the creep tumors he's lost. He's going to have to keep doing that on the right-hand side as well. And now the 4th base is on its way. Overlord spread is great, and he's basically got a line through the middle of the map, including creep of sight to see them coming, and the Spire's done. So with the Spire being done, the only thing... Okay, first mistake coming in from Curious. No Overlords to build Mutalisks. See? 3 Mutalisks and then 4 Overlords have to be built right at the same time. The only mistake really that I've seen from Curious that will have an impact on this game. That's slowing the Mutalisk down, therefore slowing down the dealing with the drops. And behind it, INnoVation is a little bit also supply blocked himself, but not as big as what we've just seen from Curious.
Well, again, it's only, yeah, you're right. It's only going to really be focused down on the Marines there. Maybe a few Widow Mines, but he's still cranking out 3 at a time there. So he's rocketing ahead in terms of that supply. He's going to have 2-2 as well. And again, I keep mentioning it before, but 3-3 is always going to finish for the Terran than it is for the Zerg. So that is where Curious has to be super locked down in terms of his defense.
So far this game, the trades have been good. Can Curious keep it up? He needs to keep trading efficiently, otherwise INnoVation will break the first barrier, which will allow, as we've seen time after time, INnoVation to waypoint over and over and wear you down. But with the rocks around the 4th base protecting it, that's a good start. That's a good start. He's not going to be able to waypoint as easily there, but so far INnoVation actually has killed off quite a few units for free almost.
Yeah, not too bad. Few Banelings do connect, but those Marines still save themselves. And the Widow Mines are going to move on forward, clearing up creep again. He does not want it to breach the halfway mark. Yeah. He's killed off a lot of those active ones, meaning his half of the map is a bit more safe for now.
Curious not mining gas on his 4th base on 1 extractor. That's a mistake. He needs every bit of gas he can get to morph enough Banelings and Mulas to be able to control INnoVation's army.
Zerglings flood forwards. Banelings don't connect with anything. INnoVation could have lost a lot of Marines there, but Curious decides to pull back.
Curious has a lot of Banelings now. And if he gets in there very soon before the mines set up good positions, I think he can do really well here.
Oh, and this army might be caught between the Rocker and Baneling spot here, as those Mutalisks trying to fly around and do some damage themselves, trying to find an angle.
Big Baneling hits, but the rocks are filtered through, which means the mines are going to be in good positions here for INnoVation.
Already not too bad. With the drilling claws as well, they're able to catch a lot of them.
Pick up with one of the medivacs, picks up 8 Marines that were going to get hit by the mine as well.
More Banelings coming in to reinforce here with the Zerglings trying to swing on from the back, but there's just not enough Zerglings there to wrap around this and lock them in.
Yeah, INnoVation's found a beautiful spot here and has been trading very well for the last couple of minutes, and Curious not so much, and that's hurting him.
Not too bad Baneling connections there, and they do kill off 2 Widow Mines. That's not too bad for Curious, but at the same time, INnoVation with this reinforcement and 3-3 behind this, Curious needs to shut this down right now.
Just a robotic game from INnoVation once again, but Curious does get in there and does trade off quite a few units, but there is more and more coming. And he can't lose his 4th. We all know how important INnoVation wants to pick up this 4th. It's like deja vu watching INnoVation play. He's so robotic, down to the T, every single time. One mistake, one cost, inefficient trade-off for the Zerg player, and INnoVation's all over you.
The Marines never stop coming, but that being said, neither did the Banelings as well. They still need really good connections. There was one there, but Widow Mine gets a lot of Zerglings.
Yeah, there's 44 Marines out. That's so many. The 4th base uncontested for INnoVation. He just puts it down and will morph a planetary and continue to march on.
Yeah, that expansion is so close to dying. The Mutalisks realize that they absolutely have to fight. More Marines trying to run and stem on in here with Widow Mines as well. The Banelings, though, if they connect, that's going to be great for him. He gets a lot of Marine kills.
And saves his 4th base just about. Wow. Just about. The lava injects need to be perfect at this point. He's actually adding on a macro hatch to help out. 3 hatcheries on his 3rd base to make sure he has enough units all the time. He's picking off a couple of loose medivacs at the back there. Great play from Curious. He's able to survive on by the skin of his teeth. 130 hit points left on that hatchery.
And the big difference between this game and the games against Betrayus is that for a lot of this game, there's only been one solid focus down the middle for INnoVation. Whereas, well, there was a Widow Mine connection there. Whereas for INnoVation against Betrayus, there were drops elsewhere that were doing damage. So Curious is in a much better situation.
And INnoVation with a wonderful scan inside the main base sees the infestation pit and now realizes his opponent's taken the back foot and will be spending gas elsewhere and saving gas. So Curious has decided 5 spines. 2 board Banelings to protect his 4th. Mutalisks are on the other side of the map. They're going to start to do some harassment while defending with Spine Crawlers, Banelings, and Lings. And he's going to get in. Oh my god, the Widow Mines. The 3rd.
Oh, Cole! He catches a lot of those Mutalisks. They're so weak. He can get out with a lot of them, but that was 7 Mutalisks killed.
Yeah, he picked off the turret, but that was expensive. 7 Mutalisks there. Great defense from INnoVation.
And the Marines are trying to position themselves to actually get them once again. He stims.
Nice.
Only catches one.
So now the Hive should start to morph in here for Curious as he tries to make his way towards 3-3 and obviously the Ultralisk Cavern, but that was a big hit. And INnoVation now knows, well, you just lost a lot of Mutalisks. They're going to be healing. You're not going to be aggressive. And it looks like he's going to move across the map here to try and break another fight into Curious.
Yeah, he's going for dual-pronged attacks. So up to the right-hand side, the Hive is not started just yet.
Oh, board Banelings down the bottom of spines. Curious
He sees it. He's selecting them. He's selecting them. Catches a lot of those Marines, but at the same time, there's still a lot of reinforcing.
Nice.
Ooh. God, they have to be so careful. Curious is playing a great game so far.
Yeah, really giving it to INnoVation, but INnoVation's playing also, you know, a great game as well. And the Hive is not morphed. He's got the Infestation Pit, but hasn't done anything with it. That's a little bit, you know, why get the Infestation Pit if you're not going to go all the way up here? And he is trying to spend his gas elsewhere. Big hits in the middle of the map.
Yeah, the Marines, they continuously pile on the pressure. There's 9 Widow Mines out right now, so that is a lot of space control for him. And he even has Marines up to the north that could deny the space over to the right-hand side. And Curious knows that. Curious knows that that is going to be a point to contest as well. So he's positioning himself wisely.
Yeah, well, Marines at the top, which INnoVation's going to not really do anything with. But that's not really the main of it here.
No.
Oh, nice hits. That was actually really good for Curious there.
Yeah, actually, that was very, very cost efficient. Look at this, 192 supply to 160. The Marines move forwards once again, but he loses some Widow Mines in the process.
Yeah, and now on the other side, we got a lot of Bailings still around. 33 Mulas still around too. And Curious has found his window to get up to the Hive. And he is fighting against 3-3, and it is very difficult, but so far, so good. The Mulas control's been very, very nice. He's been trading off rather well.
And boosting on with these medevacs here just to try and get them into a position to reinforce this bio. Just 1 or 2 Marauders mixed into this so they can try and soak up some Bailing hits, but some of the Bailings do go off.
Another great trades by Curious.
Actually, yeah, the Widow Mines also hurt a lot of that bio during all of that. The Mutalist, I don't think they even need to retreat. I think they can take this fight with the Zerglings reinforcing.
Wow, really? Oh, that was actually...
That was a big hit.
But, I mean, Pathogen Glance is on the way, and Curious has survived the mid-game against INnoVation. Not too many people make it past this level. Curious now has a 5th base, is now mining gas from that 5th base. INnoVation has a 5th command center about to go to the bottom left. The game obviously will go on. We have Marauders being mixed in because he's expecting to see Ultralisks. But so far, Curious is surviving, like I said, against INnoVation, where not many Zerg players do this. This is very rare to see this.
Curious holding on valiantly, you're right. And +2 weapons starts up with these Mutalisks as well, knowing that they're going to be pretty useful still going on into the later stages of this game, as they will pick off this medevac. Nope, he boosts on out, but that boost is going to wear out into second. He's trying to reinforce there to save it.
3-3 on the way. That medevac will get picked off. A couple of units in there as well.
That's so many Mutalisks.
Yeah, always hovering around the 30 mark. It's the perfect number if you didn't know as a Zerg player. Always hover around that number.
Yeah.
And with +1 attack, he'll deal instant damage to these SCVs. He's flying around. The Marines are now chasing him, not the other way around.
And now they're way out of position, so whoa, but at the same time...
be careful not to lose them, though.
Yeah, that's a lot of missile turrets as well as a lot of Marines. He could be stuck. Oh, no, he's going to find a way out on the left-hand side. Okay. Yeah. That was close.
3-3 is very important. No Ultralisk Cavern yet. He's starting to see the Marauders here. So I think he may not even go to Ultralisks, to be honest.
Clumping up the Mutalisks for some cool Muta micro and gets himself a Marauder. Maybe even a Marine as well.
Alright, he's got the Ultralisk Cavern coming in. A scan reveals no units. Where's the other scan? Main base? Oh my god, scans everywhere. So he sees the main base, looking, sees there, no units.
Scan.
He's actually seen nothing with all those scans. The only thing he did see is nothing, which also means everything. He's like, where are the Ultralisks? Is it Broodlords? Do I need to be building Vikings? What is this? He scans again and just sees Banelings.
There's 2 Banelings burrowed here
as
well.
He's missed the Ultralisk Cavern. It's on the natural? Yeah.
Yeah, it's on between the base. Oh! Oh! Okay, never mind.
Another scan from INnoVation looking.
These 2 Banelings at the back are causing me a little bit of tension.
If only 3-3 was done. Oh, decent hit with Bailings there, but obviously he's wasted a lot. But he's got more. He needs to get in there.
There's still a lot of bio. Still a lot of bio moving forward. Those Banelings do not get the connections that they want.
No, they do not. No, they do not.
This base could be in a lot of trouble
here.
Right
before 3-3, right before the Ultras Cavern comes into play.
And the Spine Crawlers are not going to finish anywhere near in time here for this to actually work out. Fungal didn't really hit anything.
And INnoVation's found weakness in the armor. He's broken the 5th base. And now with the 5th base being broken, the gas income will drop, even though there's a lot of money in the bank. And I'm pretty sure we're going to see a lot of Ultralisks made very, very soon here. But how long until they're out? How much time does INnoVation have to do even more damage? Curious is saying, all right, please follow the meters. Please, 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 please. Don't go to my 4th. Don't go to my 4th.
Those Banelings in the middle of that army as well didn't get anything. The Mutalisks actually find the 5th base and are going to do a lot of damage. That's a lot of turrets, you're right, but they fall down so quickly with that +2 weapons. Chitinous plating now on the way for those Ultras, trying to get that out.
Yeah, but he's run out of minerals because he's lost his 5th base. He's only been able to build 2 Ultralisks, and the 5th was defended. Not many SCVs were dead. The 4th may be defended as well, as INnoVation is playing really, really well. really strong. Just lots of the same, to be honest.
Yeah, it's just this straight to bio focus that just keeps him so strong. And you know, this is why a lot of Terrans don't deviate, because there's not really anything to deviate to right now.
Yeah, and
It's
Curious
so
needs to get back up to a 5th base. He's actually going to pick off one of these planetaries.
Nice.
That is nice for Curious, but he is going to lose a couple of Mutalists in trade-off. But he needs a 5th base back and running. He doesn't have a very high mineral income, very low. Both players at the moment below 1,000. But now with Mules, that will obviously rise back up. But Curious needs more minerals. He needs to take a 5th base. If he does not take a 5th base, what we'll see end up happening is INnoVation just keep on defending and just have a bit of a better income. Has a new command center ready to mine at the north position as well. And very simply, Curious will run dry in this game. He's
gonna get up to 5 Ultralisks very soon. And then once that happens, that's a lot of meat shield, yes. But there are already the 40 Marauders mixed into this army. So this is whoop. But the Mutalisks, they already found a command center. They're gonna kill it.
Oh,
it's gonna be close. No, never mind.
Yeah.
Didn't notice the
and so what, okay, Curious without a 5th base is in a bunch of trouble. What he's gonna have to rely on is a great fight. Really good fungals. And if he's able to win the fight convincingly, he doesn't need money. Because remember, money at this point is only to replenish what he has. He's at 200 supply. He has an army. It's just does he have to... Oh, he's trying to bait Marines.
Banelinks!
Oh, nice hit. Nice, Curious.
If he keeps taking trades like that, he can bring himself back into this.
And something we don't see very often too, Nidus Worm. What that's going to be is for the main base. There's an Overlord in position. All he needs to do is put that down, send Zerglings inside. Beautiful.
But he would see it with the sensor towers, wouldn't he?
It doesn't matter. He's too far out of position. He's going to drag him all the way back. And that will open up a timing where he can get to this maybe planetary fortress, because he'll have to send everything back to deal with the Nidus.
Missile turrets everywhere at this 5th base as well. You're right. He would have to send everything, and that's going to leave these outer perimeter bases vulnerable. That being said, though, look at his defenses at these bases.
Yeah, Banelings down south. Look at all the many Banelings. They're going to try and just pop the planetary, but little does he know there's 2 mines and Marines there.
Yeah, the Widow mines are in a good spot. Killing off another missile turret up to the north, trying to kill this base off. There's not really much mining left there, so... Medevacs. Oh, there's so many Medevacs. I actually think he wouldn't mind losing some of those.
The Banelings don't quite get it. Wow, they break through. Wow, Curious breaks through.
That's the definition of kaboom, baby. Get out of the way, Marauders. We're killing off everything.
That was nice. That was really nice. Oh.
But during all of that, he lost quite a few Mutalisks. He's down to 17 right now. That's not enough.
Not high at all. It's really going to come down to the Fungals and the Ultralisks at the end of the day. 6 more Mules are going to come to play, so 23 in total. But that was a really good pickoff on the planetary at the south side. But of course, INnoVation still has another base. And that is really annoying, because that's how the income is in favor of INnoVation at this point. But still, no 5th base from Curious. He's been without a 5th base. He's running completely dry. He's got just a few minerals left, a couple of thousand minerals left.
Zergling's trying to harass this one of the last mining bases, but again, you're right. INnoVation's income in comparison to Curious is going to be absolutely phenomenal. And where is this Nidus play going to come in?
Yeah, he hasn't used it yet.
One Swarm Host leading the charge. And that charge comprises of a lot of Ultralisks. So has to be careful.
8 Ultralisks, but there are 19 Marauders. So even if he gets a perfect fungal and perfect attack, I'm still a little bit worried. And not only are the Ultras going to have to do the damage, the Banelings will also need to help out a lot. With Banelings and Ultras and perfect fumbles, yes, I still believe there's a chance for Curious here. It's going to still be difficult, but there is a chance. If he trades off to Mines and Planetary Fortress, I don't think this is good. Because INnoVation is stimming over there. If INnoVation catches this army, because it's already going to be weakened from the Planetary Fortress and Mines, but INnoVation's too slow.
Oh, he can get out. And the Mutalisks, meanwhile, over on the left-hand side are doing a lot of damage here as well for Curious. So he's really bringing it to INnoVation. He's forced to retreat.
I was so scared for Curious there. With his Ultras, I thought they were going to get caught, but he didn't get caught.
Really great multi-pronged harassment here by Curious. And on a map like this.
Yeah, he's doing so much with so little here. Remember, he hasn't been mining from a 5th base for a very long time. But he's really retained a lot of his units alive. The Mules have been great in this game. He's found the main base as well.
Yeah, I don't, like, in these games, we've seen a lot of games from INnoVation, but I actually just got chills. The way that Curious executed that, killing off the 2 biggest mining bases there of INnoVation, and now he's supply blocked as well. That was pretty cool.
Yeah, very good play here from Curious. Very rare. Like I said, we do see this kind of, you know, not rolling over to INnoVation's Terran play. He's fighting back strong here. And it is a pleasure to see as Curious is still waiting for that opportunity to get the perfect fight. He's found the SV line as well for a couple more kills.
Yeah, the missile turrets will zone him out of that base for a while, and now these Mutalisks are kind of caught out, but the Ultralisk is going to come in and kill off those missile turrets.
A little bit
Need
too
to
close
retreat
to
out.
the Marauders there.
Yeah, absolutely need to retreat out there. You cannot be taking this fight, Curious. Oh, Bungles will allow the retreat to occur. Is he going to actually take the fight?
Yeah, well, he's going to pick off that chunk. He's not going to fight it all, I don't think.
Ugh, has to be careful. Meanwhile, the Mutalist is doing some damage in the main base, killing off engineering base. That'll limit how many missile turrets he can make if he kills both.
I think he needs the Mutalist here to help. I think he needs the Mutalist to help here.
Fungals need to be good. Fungals need to be very good. That's a lot of Widow Mines as well. The Fungals land down as well as infested Terrans here to try and soak up some of those. But the Ultralisk actually just melt to the firepower of this bio. Another Fungal here.
Needed the Mutalist to help. And he needed Banelings in there as well. He didn't have a lot. And now all of a sudden he's dropped down. But he is building 10 more Lings and 4 more Ultralisks. And INnoVation's mining again, though. It's a big, big problem.
Oh, what a game. What a game. Curious, his economy is going to be completely shot once this base goes down. He's trying to dart around with these
Ultralisks, though. That's a lot of Ultralisks.
How is INnoVation's economy doing? 800 minerals, and that's it.
Oh, a couple of Fungals. Oh, that's not really a good Fungal at all.
Yeah, he locks down some of the medevacs. He's going to continue to try and chain it, but he can't stay around there for long.
He won't be able to chain that up. That's probably 2 Fungals wasted and expose the Infestors. They are going to try and burr it and escape. But with 7 Ultralisks, maybe. If the Mutalisks come back to attack, maybe.
He needs everything, absolutely everything. A lot of these Widow Mines.
The Mutalisks are coming back.
Oh, a lot of these Widow Mines are low in health, but they're going to do a lot of damage in the process of not dying off themselves. There's not that much bio left here, but the armor supply 122 to 73.
Counts.
Uh-oh. Oh my, there's so much army supply in these medevacs, Apollo. There's so much. There's 15 medevacs out with nothing to heal.
That's right, and Curious survives to fight another day, but INnoVation is still mining, which means he's going to be able to rebuild. The medevac stayed alive, and this game is very, very close at this point, but still, the favor has to go towards INnoVation. Still with a mining base over an opponent who isn't mining, that's a big deal at this point.
Gonna try and get some of these missile turrets again, maybe a medevac or 2, but has to retreat out. The Widow Mine's zoning him out too nicely.
Yeah, the longer this game goes on, the better it is for INnoVation. 9 Marines and a Marauder coming out, a lot of money on that base up there. And Curious simply isn't mining. As well as he's played in this game, he is starting to run out of money. He only has 3 Ultralisks. 12 Mulis are nothing, by the way. Nothing when it comes to fights now.
Exactly. If this game from Curious doesn't kill INnoVation, what does? I mean, this has been superb by Curious, and he's still so far down on supply. INnoVation has been playing. I mean, we've been singing Curious praises all along, but INnoVation is just. He's lost. He's taken damage, but he's done damage every single time as well.
INnoVation's just the hero, man. He's a robot. You cannot kill him, it seems, no matter how well you play. And, well, the Mutalisks are a little bit caught there, but they are going to fly around. But still, even though Curious is about to get a mining base, what we're going to see from INnoVation is a push very soon, and I think it may be too difficult to deal with.
Yeah.
There's a command center at the bottom left as well. He can start to call mules down to as well. Or he's got a couple mules, like 4 mules or so.
Unlucky scans down to the very south to just confirm that his opponent doesn't have bases up and running.
Yeah, and so INnoVation's focus now is going to be the top. He knows that's his opponent's mining base. He knows he's going to be mining from that soon.
He's just going to leave a Marine down there just to make sure that his opponent isn't going to take it anytime soon. These Mutalisks, they're being wasted away. And INnoVation, there you go, GG. What a game #1.
Yeah, really good game by both players there. Really high level. I'm curious surviving longer than the majority of Zerg players ever do against INnoVation. But at the end of the day, he still died like every other Zerg player. It just took longer.
I'm blown away. I am blown away, especially at the Mutalisk and the Ultralisk assaults on either side of the map there. I mean, Akalon Wastes is a great map to do that on when you know your opponent is that far stretched between those 2 locations. But at the same time, I'm really surprised that a Baneling connection down the Planetary Fortress worked as well. That was crazy.
Very, very high level play from both guys there. And this is what StarCraft fans love to see, a great series between both of them. But now it comes into this next map, which is on Frost. How the hell does Curious play? Does he play the same style? Does INnoVation just 2 racks to win it easily to prevent his opponent from playing that same style? It really comes down to, Curious being like, ow.
Yeah.
Wow.
I just need to relog a second, and then I can get into this game. A little bit of a stall out there. But I'm very excited for game #2. If that's what we're going to get from game #1, and Curious playing as well as he did. Because Curious, I've always looked at him and thought, yeah, this guy's really good at ZVP. That's like where his strengths lie. I never look at him and think, the ZVT is where his strengths lie, nowadays at least in Heart of the Swarm.
Yeah.
So for him to bring out that kind of performance, that's really
very, very good.
Yeah.
Very, very good. They're actually talking about the game right now, Curious and INnoVation. I wish I knew what they were saying. But okay, so you should be able to get in now.
Yes,
and
yes.
I told INnoVation to chill out with the start of the game.
Chill.
And you should be able to jump right in, and we're ready. So let me just see.
There we go. It's streaming data, so it should be jumping in a second. Yeah.
All right, time to begin map number 2 between these two players, fighting within this best of 3 for the second position in the Asian qualifier to move to the Intellectual Masters New York tournament in 3 weeks' time moving forward. Zest from KT Rolster, a great Protoss player in Pro League. We mentioned how good he played in Pro League. Never really qualified for WCS at all, unfortunately. But maybe next year will be his year. But in Pro League, he's always looked great. And today, looked great as well. He's the first player, but who is the second? That's what we're here to find out.
We shall indeed, as we have spawning up to the top right-hand corner are Blue Terran. Currently 1 game up, representing Acer. He is INnoVation. And down to the bottom left, we have our Red Zerg playing a phenomenal game number 1. Can he bring the same here on Frost? There's no reason not to. Big map. He is StarTale Curious. And, I've just thought about it. It was, Myunzik on KT Rolster for Intel Extreme Master Shanghai. I think he beat INnoVation, right? Or no, he just barely came close to beating INnoVation. And then now we have Zest actually beating INnoVation here. We're seeing these KT Rolster Protoss. They don't mind Intel Extreme Masters. They do all right in the qualifiers.
They do. They do indeed. And I wonder if Curious can topple INnoVation.
It's going to be difficult.
It's very difficult. INnoVation's one of the best in the world, one of the best in the business.
After that first game, Curious put everything into that.
Yeah, that was a very good game.
But yeah, real kudos to his level of play here in this matchup. But INnoVation, man, impenetrable.
I'm just trying to think where Curious goes and how he plays this game. It's a big map, Frost. As you can see, it's one of the bigger maps that there is in the map pool.
Yep.
And they're cross positions as well, which makes any kind of attack a little bit more difficult to pull off. So I think that we, may just see a normal game again from Curious. He may try to blind counter his opponent. You may see 3 hatcheries sometimes just come out. 3 hatcheries obviously very strong against Command Center first, very weak against everything else. But in this position, Curious is just 1 game away from being eliminated. But he has already gone up to 16 drones, so it looks like it will just be a spawning pool, but a little bit later on.
Yep, that's on the way. And, well, for Curious, I think that after seeing game number 1, he doesn't change things up. He tries to make it more crisp, and that completely goes against what I thought Petraeus would end up doing, which he eventually did. But Curious looked good there. I mean, you should try that again. Maybe iron out a little bit. There was, as you said, a supply block on the Mutalisks initially. Maybe that would have had knock-on effects to later on go into more cost-efficient trades. But it was still a damn fine game.
Yeah. It really was a good game, and not many times we do get to see games like that.
No. All right. So meanwhile, INnoVation, he's going to be going into his normal game. He's scouting out now. He spots that his opponent isn't in close by air, so he's going to go straight down to the bottom left. And I think just as Curious will be, INnoVation will be happy that it's cross spawns.
Yeah, I think he will do. Different change up from Curious too. No gas in the early game. He's actually just going up for a regular 4-queen style. And then we'll probably just take double gases at the same time. There is definitely still all-in capabilities. It's not like he cannot all-in if he doesn't take gas earlier on. He still can. It depends on his gas timings. But from this position, it looks like Curious is just going to play a very mineral-focused beginning.
And for now, we have that second command center lifting off and heading over to the natural with that bunker finished up, and meaning that he's going to be nice and safe there. Personally, I like the 4-queen opening. I think it gives you that little bit of defense. It'll give Curious that opportunity to get that creep spread going nice and early as well, and especially on a map like Frost, getting it going nice and early, down all those avenues and straight through the middle of the map is something really nice to have early on.
And with the double gases coming in, they are leaned towards more macro-focused play. So I am kind of expecting to see double evolution chamber come down soon from Curious. Yeah. He's focusing very heavily on drones, which is always great to see. This is actually the time when 2 lava injects happen, and you're able to build like 10 drones at once.
Yep.
It is a very good feeling as a play when you're able to do that. And from this position out, I'm expecting maybe Zergling speed first. Some Zerg players do like to skip up on it. But the one thing in this game is that he really hasn't scouted anything, so he doesn't know exactly what's going on. So some play is double evolution chamber straight for double upgrades, sometimes Zergling speed, and I would suggest Zergling speed in this regard because he has absolutely no idea what's going on. Because even though he knows that there's a second base been taken, he doesn't know if it is 3 command centers or not. It could be random Blue Flame Hellion, it could be a random extra barracks added on. So getting the Zergling upgrade first, yes, will slow down 1-1, sorry, but will of course help out a bunch. If there was any random attacks.
Oh man, if it was random Blue Flame Hellion, I'd be so happy. But I'm a cheesy guy. I can't help it. I'm sorry. I love Blue Flame, but you don't see it too often nowadays. It's.
What do you think about Curious's Burrow?
Curious's
instead
Burrow.
of 1-1.
Wow.
He should have got the evolution chambers and should have been getting 1-1 by now, but he chose Burrow instead.
Well, the links that he's got positioned could quite easily spot themselves at the third bases, and that could deny that for quite a while. And then just in general. Can you actually go for any attacks with that?
No, no attacks at all.
So it's just for blocking?
To block in the third and
yeah.
the fourth. If he can get there and get Burrow down before INnoVation licks up his command center, which is usually around 8:30 or so, 8:30, depends on how fast he gets the third command center, would be nice.
Yeah,
it does slow down him a lot.
When I was playing Zerg, I never really had the opportunity to get too much Burrow early on, but I really wanted to, because getting that kind of limiting factor on your opponent that early on is very, very nice.
Yeah, it slows down the build of your opponent. It helps out a lot. And then, of course, there could be random Bored Banelings through the middle game as well. When, you know, those 16 Marines move across, if he plans up an attack with Bored Banelings, the Marines just walk on top of it, you could kill everything.
Yeah, and we already saw Bored Banelings not do too badly for Curious in game number 1. There were some really nice connections, but even that was not enough to bring him the win. So INnoVation is just going to keep playing this game out normally, and Bored Banelings on a map like Frost are a big factor. I mean, even we saw Starbuck versus Lucifron in WCS, those Bored Banelings in the middle of the map being so patient and eventually getting a connection that they wanted.
Look at this, on a big map like Frost, Curious has managed to escape with a couple of Zerglings away from Hellions, which usually follow any army movement. So what we should see now is units come to maybe he's expecting the Hellions to stay on the edge of creep and a couple of Marines come to clean this up, but he was looking to delay this further. But with Hellions together with Marines, he's not really going to be able to delay this further.
This is cool by Curious. He could actually eventually... He can use these as lings.
There's no scans. Look at that. There's no scans at all. That really sucks. He has to build a turret. Big slowdown.
And that could have been an even bigger slowdown if those Hellions were in position to deny
splash damage? Splash damage killed the Zergling.
Oh!
Lucky you, INnoVation.
Oh, that was
cool, but that was actually rather unfortunate.
Cool,
Splash damage
lucky.
killed the Zergling there, so he's able to mine earlier than he should have been.
Oh, well, the missile turret finishes up here, and now even fortifying that right-hand side with the bunker is really cool by INnoVation, because he knows that his opponent is going to try and wrap around and do counterattacks from that position, whilst his army is going to be situated in the middle anyway, so he doesn't need as much defense in the middle. I like that.
Yeah, that was good. Fourth base down by Curious. No 2-2. Where's 2-2? Come on, you actually have to research 2-2. This is a big problem if he doesn't research this very soon.
Yeah.
He's decided to get the spy down first. Okay, that I can push that is okay, is passable. 2-2 actually needs to begin.
It does. He has the gas for it.
It's a little bit stressful that I'm not seeing 2-2 begin. This is going to hurt him a lot as the game goes on.
And how quickly does INnoVation's 2-2 start as well?
But he does have Zerglings counter-attacking that position.
A bunker's already there, so he can repair it, and he's forced to pull back because that's a really nicely fortified position with just that one bunker alone. And Baneling's morphing in. Centrifugal Hooks is on the way, but it's not going to be anywhere near in time for this.
Curious may be going for a random timing here, but whatever he's trying to go for is being slowed down heavily by this attack.
Oh, Baneling's connected with quite a bit of that, and he is being shut down at this third base. So those Marines, they have to be picked up and run away.
Is Curious going for a random timing here, which could involve with higher Mulus count and a higher Baneling count, and just forget about 2-2, and try to win the game earlier on before INnoVation can really get moving?
How many Widowmines do we have out? 2. So
if he builds like 10 Mulus and then morphs all the rest of his gas into Banelings, there is absolutely, of course there's a timing for him. The Marine count's low, production's only just now kicking in, second factory's only just now kicked in.
It would explain why 2-2 isn't there.
Yeah, that's the only thing that makes sense for 2-2 not just being a simple mistake. 12 Banelings getting morphed in. 2-2, okay, so 2-2 does come in here, but very, very late, which is going to, you know, obviously give INnoVation a bit, it'll give him better fights because he'll have the better upgrades. But with that gas, we didn't really see anything being invested into earlier on. Just extra bailings. Maybe this counterattack or something if he's trying to do something. Otherwise, I don't see the big reason for not getting it straight away there.
INnoVation's just been left alone to do really what he wants. He's got those Widowmine extra in production. He's got 7 out right now. 2 of them, admittedly, are in medevacs down to this bottom right here. But now this has been spotted. This is still a really good position to hold, though, for INnoVation. Look how well those Widowmines are going to seal things out of that spot.
The Spore Crawler is nice on the 3rd base, but obviously that's going to be where INnoVation's going to focus a lot of his attacks. And that is nice. Look at that. A lot of damage.
Yeah, that medevac has to just move slightly out of range of that Spore Crawler as the Mutalisks will come along as with the Zerglings cleaning that up at the right-hand side. The creep spread gets shut down as well. Very important, again, to not let it breach over the other side of the map. Whoop. Calm down.
Yeah, INnoVation's really setting himself up in a good position now. Like you said, he's got the Marines and Mines down the bottom right where Banelings are waiting, and he's got a lot of units still in the middle of the map on the edge of creep. But Curious is on 4 bases, and he's not been touched yet. Hatcher's taking no damage at all. He's building Spine Crawlers there now to make sure he doesn't lose it. And has a good gas income, and is doing rather well for himself once again against INnoVation.
And he tries to clean up what he sees down to the bottom, and the 2 Widowmines do end up dying, so not too bad. Resources lost, look at this. Very, very close to one another. So Curious is still playing out a good second game. Has to be careful about the middle of the map, though.
Something that was pointed out to me on Skype just now, too, is that INnoVation stops building supply depots at 161, or around this area. Look, he's not building any, and it's not a mistake. Do you know why?
Why is that?
Because at this point of the game is where he trades units, right?
Yeah.
So if he's consistently trading, his supply is always going to be lowered. He actually adds on 2 now because he's not trading. So at this point, he's always looking to fight and kill his own units, but also trade off and just continue to replenish that same count. And the command center is going to be the boost in the extra supply he needs. And he spends all his resources to have every extra little unit out to deal and do more damage.
And that Zerglings here, trying to move around to the right-hand side. That's a very interesting that you point out there, though, as...
But he hasn't been able to trade yet because of how well Curious is playing. So the supply bot there hurt him a lot because he was expecting to be trading a lot more earlier on in this game. But this is a lot of Banelings.
That is a lot of Banelings trying to move in here, but that little bit of terrain is kind of zoning them out. It's making it a bit harder here for Curious to engage into. And wow, actually, the center tower spots those Zerglings on the right-hand side that they have to just barely move out of range.
Yeah, now he morphs completely to Banelings. And that would be nice if he gets into there.
Yeah.
But still, 19 more Banelings coming in. Curious is set up on 4 bases, untouched. Has a 5th base, untouched. So far, so good for Curious.
Trying to poke forwards again here with the Marines. Trying to do some damage. Kill off the Queen, and that's about it.
Look at these big counterattacks Curious has got set up. He's going to try and defend with a lot of units at home, and then he's got a lot of Lings going towards the 4th base right before Planetary is done as well. That could be beautiful. That's a beautiful timing. And then the Banelings on the right-hand side could get to the 3rd.
Yeah,
but he's got to make sure his defense is good at home.
Oh, he certainly has to.
Oh, wait, where's his Lings going? No, get back to the 4. Oh.
Everything was coming back for a second there.
Yeah,
the Banelings also,
timing.
They're not going to that 3rd base that he established.
That's just miscontrol with his units. Everything's on 1 hotkey.
Oh, what a shame. That could have done so much.
He could have got into the planetary before it was ready. He could have bust down this 3rd base. But unfortunately, through everything being on 1 hotkey at the time, everything just came back with his army, and that was a big mistake from Curious.
And INnoVation repositioning himself. He's going to send a medevac down to the bottom side here to pile on some pressure over at this location, but spines as well as spores. So nice setup in terms of defense there.
Yeah. He's also, again, just relying on Ling and Banelings to defend while his Mutalisks go to this 4th. There isn't a turret. There's mines spread, but not in a close clumped pair, so they won't deal the damage to the Mutalisks properly. Great counterattack again by Curious.
3-3 finishes up here. The Mutalisks trying to go for the aggression, but at the same time, Banelings crash into the bunker and kill a lot of SCVs as well.
The Planetary. He really wants to get it, but he doesn't want to lose his Marines. Doesn't want to lose his Mutalisks.
Oh, would it have been worth maybe, like, how many Mutalisks would he have lost?
I think he may have died to a counterattack.
Yeah?
Because it's really important to keep your Mutalisks alive. He doesn't want to risk it.
True. Those Banelings here trying to defend with these Spine Crawlers as well, holding their own, connecting with a lot of that bio there, and still 3-3 done here for INnoVation.
Yeah, INnoVation's putting the pressure on here. The Mutalisks are going to come back because the pressure's too much.
The pressure is certainly too much. 107 army supply against 110, but a lot of the army for Curious has been completely split up. He could just focus down that that hatchery and kill it off, and yes, he will do. Very nice play, but he has to be careful of those Banelings.
Oh, big mine hits there.
Very well played by INnoVation, despite being down in terms of supply, but Curious is still ramping up the aggression on his opponent. Again, he killed 22 workers off during all of these spats of poking around at his opponent's bases.
What a crazy game this is. A crazy series.
I'm enjoying this, man. Thoroughly.
INnoVation is heading towards his 5th base, though. That's the next target for him. He knows that's the mining base, but he's hurt Curious a lot. Despite Curious being ahead in supply, he doesn't have the Infestation Pit, does not have Hive, and there's no longevity like the last game. He's only on 2-2 upgrades, only Mutiling, Bailing, and he's about to lose another base. Curious, I'm very sorry to tell you this, guys, is starting to die.
He is. There's a Widowmine gets a big connection, but in the end, these Mutalisks will end up hitting, healing up. And the Planetary Fortress is going to die. So that's a good pickup for Curious.
Yeah, this is... the problem is, even if he picks that up, I guess there's not another command center ready to go. So INnoVation is limited a little bit with his money.
Loses this Starport as well.
But they're both limited with their money. And, and the thing is, if they both have money...
loses a few medevacs.
If they both have money, and they're both mining, and are both on the same tech, I favor INnoVation. It's the same thing if they're both not mining on the same tech. They both have the similar income. Everything's the same. They're just not able to make a lot more units. So INnoVation is still favored here. The only way that this becomes more favorable towards Curious is if he gets mining bases back up and starts to tech up. He actually needs to tech up soon. The longer this game goes on, the harder it gets. He needs the pathogen glands, the infestors. He needs the ultralisks.
He needs 3-3. He needs these upgrades as well to actually take the fight to his opponent. Because right now, sat on 3-3 with 80 Marines. 80 Marines.
Yeah.
That's so much firepower he has. And INnoVation knows that the point of contention for now will be this base over here.
Yeah,
so he's sticking around it.
INnoVation is like, I don't need to attack you right now. What am I attacking into? You already hurt your economy. You're trying to reestablish yours. I'm trying to reestablish mine. Comes back to the point I just said.
Yeah.
INnoVation's still winning in that position, so he doesn't need to be across the other side yet.
There's Widowmines, plenty of them there. The middle turret does end up dying, but rapid responses there from Curious to just run away, realizing how much army there is there.
But INnoVation's economy is getting back online. Likewise is Curious's. INnoVation just needs to lift up a command center, which he's moving now to take that north base again. And then once it's established, it's a planetary, and he might wait around to make it a planetary. Because, especially because Zerglings are boring and annoying him around there. Mulus to the 3rd as well.
Oh, yeah, he sees the Widowmines. He knows. Oh, it's really good control. Ooh, but one does go off.
But look, Zergling borrowed under there. He has to scan to get there.
Ugh.
But as soon as this turns planetary, this is where INnoVation turns the heat back up again and goes to the other side.
Yeah.
But that's a lot of time. Curious is buying himself a lot of time with the Mulus, with the Lynx, and the planetary. He's got more Banelings up there too. Maybe if he gets to the SCV line, maybe. But he's trying to get to the Infestation Pit, which is where Curious can get back into this game. He's got a lot of money backed up. He can go to the Hive. The Mulus are buying him enough time. Oh, this could be smart. He's realizing that the Marines are going to move now away from this position. Maybe he can get to the SCV line that's going to be at that planetary fortress. He's going to try it.
He's going to try.
Position. This is nice.
There's a few reinforcing Marines, but not too much. That's a lot of Mutalisks. They do have +2 weapons, and he's going to try and start focusing it down.
SCVs are there too soon. But look at how much time he's buying himself with these Mulus. There's Bailings on the other side as well. There's a lot of Marines, though. This may not be too successful.
Yeah, I don't think so. He might just focus down that bunker and try and do some damage there. And he does take down the bunker, but the Banelings...
Not too successful. Nope. But the Mulus inside the main base... Oh, now I think they're trapped.
Trapped.
Can they get out? Can they get out somewhere?
Careful. Through the middle. Straight through the middle. Oh, perfect. Curious, run away.
INnoVation's like, no, how'd you get through the middle? That's where all my units are meant to be. So
dear.
Curious escapes here. Great Mulus controlled by Curious, and he's able to get out there. Pathogen Glance is on the way as the Hive. And a new base is up and rising.
Yeah, down to the bottom right, up to the top left as well here. Scans galore. Where are they?
Down bottom right.
Scans this base.
And the Hive, I imagine.
No, he didn't.
I didn't know where the other one was. Maybe his army. Maybe he scanned his army.
I think so.
But now this is the position where the bases are up and running. There's mines, there's Marines left over. INnoVation's going to go across the map very, very soon now. He's got his production online. Even though the Starport and Factory keeps getting picked off inside the main base, he's got the majority of things online. But these Mulus are so scary. 44 of them. That's a very high count. Higher than normal. Most Zerg players build 30 to 35. 45 is very, very scary. Another counterattack here by Curious at the north.
I love these counterattacks.
I promise you, I swear to God, INnoVation wants to go over the other side. He really does. He can't.
He's being held
because
back.
if he does, then the Mulus go to the 3rd and the Bailings and Lynx go to the 4th, and he's going to try and blow up the planetary at the north.
And we can't emphasize enough how hard this is actually to do as a Zerg. Just kind of on either side here, really keeping your opponent held back. Those Banelings, they are going to threaten.
They're going to threaten INnoVation's on the other side. Look, he's trying to go, but then he has to come back because he
sees it. The sensor towers give him the vision.
Oh, he's got units there. Perfect.
Good splits, but he loses quite a few of those SCVs as well.
Didn't lose the planetary though. That's the most important because there's still mules around the map.
And now INnoVation finds the air to actually breathe across the other side of the map. Gets one of the hatcheries.
Yeah, good pick off there by INnoVation. Great defense and great pick off of the hatchery.
More
Very tiptoeing around. Yeah, again, they shouldn't do too much, I don't think. The mine and Marines.
Widow mine.
Yeah.
Oh,
that just sucks.
That really does suck.
And now Mules are going to get pushed back on here as well. He's getting to the SCV line, which is always nice. He has lowered the SCV count to a lot, but there's a lot of Mules.
Yeah, he sees a mole land as well.
And he's back into the main base again. One mine.
Oh, well, one mine didn't get the best of connections. Catches some of the medevacs. Not too bad. He's actually... No, he's at 12 medevacs, so it's still all right for him.
And then down the south, Curious has borrowed lings and mines towards borrowed bailings towards the new SCV line. Nice.
Ultralisk Cavern goes down. 3-3 is on the way as well. Curious is buying himself a lot of time. He has a lot of idle drones over at that natural.
Yeah. But Curious, even though he's not having a mining base, he's going to pick off the command center.
Oh, and a nice Baneling connection there. The reinforcements. He's landed even more.
And he's got more Banelings. Curious is playing some of the best ZVT that we've seen from a long time.
Yeah.
Dharma Goo played a great series against INnoVation not too long ago. And we're seeing this one as well. This is a great series.
These Mutalisks. Don't go that way, don't go that way!
I see he's last minute. At least he was controlling his Mulus.
Yeah.
Nice play from both sides. Swim coming in as well as 3-3 +2 air. Curious, though, is not really spending his money. You know? He's not spending his Mulus. He's only morphing a few Lings and Bailings there. And even though he's not mining very much money, he's only on 2 bases really at the moment.
What a series to finish off this tournament. This is fantastic.
And now he's going to mine in the bottom right-hand side, which INnoVation has no idea about.
Yeah.
INnoVation, I'm sure he's going to realize there's a base down there.
He has to. He has to try and figure it out. I mean, he should just drop scans like everywhere or try and do something. But at the same time, he knows he needs to spend that on mules. His Marine does get killed off down to the south. That might prompt him to do something. But this is a lot of firepower he has pushing at the front.
There was 44 before. There's still 38. Still very, very high. The Marine count and Marauder count isn't that high here because so many are left at home defending.
Exactly. He's been forced into that position in essence.
All right, I think the Mules are going to come and deal with this fight, and I think they're probably going to be able to win it out. There's Ultras on the way now. It depends on the Fungos. Great spread from INnoVation. He knows the attack's imminent. He knows it's going to happen.
He certainly does. He's bringing more Marines down towards this. He's actually got a lot of charges left on these Widow Mines that certainly want to be active once these Mutalisks crash in. This is going to be close, but at the same time, he has so much firepower. One Widow Mine gets a really good connection. There's a few behind this as well. The Marines are lacking in number, but he kills off all the Mutalisks. All the Ultralisks.
Yeah, but all the mines are getting picked off too. A couple of good mine hits there. And the Marines are like, you can actually fight here. And look at the mini-map. All the units that are in defensive posture are all running back. Another big mine hit. A big opportunity here for INnoVation to stim and go. Right now, the Mules, they're healing. Without their hit points. Right now, without Mulus in the fight, there are only 2 Bailings and an Ultralisk. There are 7 more Ultras coming out. So right now, INnoVation has an opportunity, but the Ultras are going to stop that down.
This game is all over the place. Curious's mining base down to the bottom right is really saving him here, giving him a lot more income in total.
The Ultras and Marauders going to... I can't even speak. Are the Ultras and Mules going to be enough?
I don't know. I mean, he has a really good position here. His bio is spread so nicely. He's going to kill this base off. That's going to limit a little bit of the production here for Curious. But at the same time, he needs to find that base down to the bottom right. It absolutely needs to be found.
Yeah, this is big. This is big. There's still 8 Ultralisks. INnoVation is not mined from this new base yet on the right-hand side. There's a Mutalisk flock that have healed up and are going back to the mining base, realizing now that INnoVation's pulled all his defensive units to try and attack.
Yeah, this is Curious's opportunity.
Yeah. INnoVation's dealt a lot of damage to the economy, though, and he hasn't found... he's scanned the bottom right, or at least he's found it with a Marine or something. And now his focus is down there, but he's going to lose his planetary at the north. At least he's going to re-establish another mining base in the middle.
And it's closer to this army, so that helps him out just a little bit here to not only shut this down, but then protects that fourth and retreat back onto that. Yeah. But Curious, meanwhile, look at those Ultralisks.
He has no money, man.
Yeah, he has no money. How do you deal with these Ultras?
2 Marines.
Uh-oh.
He's got a lot of mines. That's how to deal with the Ultralisk. He's got 10. And then there's obviously a lot of Marines and a couple of Marauders left over. He's mining again now, which means he's going to be able to build up his army once again. To work, Mules, to work. Yeah. We now have a lot of income. Yeah, again, INnoVation at this level. But I'm really scared that are the Ultras going to be too much soon? There's not that many Marauders, only 3 Marauders. Another one started, 2 started. There's actually 5 Marauders out in the field with 2 more. But it looks like Curious is planning an attack before INnoVation can really rebuild his army. He's morphing his last couple of units. To be honest, this, even though very vital for Curious to pick off his planetary, is going to be also very, very difficult. There's a lot of mines, there's a lot of units, there's turrets.
If he can shut down this base, then he can even up the odds.
But can he shut it down? I don't think he can.
I don't think so either.
And it would be a big, big risk if he tried.
It's too defended. The Marines down at the bottom right, killing off a lot of drones as well.
Yeah, he's
the
not
income
going
is,
to.
there's no income for Curious.
Yeah.
Just at all.
Neither of them. They've got disgusting incomes at this point. The Mutalists realize that they can't break the planetary, so they're going to come around and harass the main base again.
And that's not too bad. Killing off some of this infrastructure and trying to buy yourself some time to get some income going yourself up to the top left, maybe, for Curious would be the way to kind of find some stability in this game, but, well...
Oh, these moves have +3 attack and +2 armor. These are freaking deadly.
They are really deadly.
Yeah, they're really. And they're doing a lot of damage inside the main base here. Picking off the command centers, that's one set of command center mules that can't happen anymore.
Yeah.
Starports, supply depots, anything he can get at this point. Because obviously if INnoVation goes across the other side of the map, he can do damage and then with the Mutalists and then fly back and help out.
And then we could see Curious try and dive in with Ultras at other locations.
Yeah,
but
that's a lot of damage. This is like... I mean, the Don Regu INnoVation series was great, right? That was one of the best we've seen, but this is like getting up there as well.
This is cool, man.
This is an incredible game. Like, for both games that we've seen, the games have lasted over 30 minutes. That doesn't happen with INnoVation.
No, he just kills you outright. But Curious is lasting. Curious is playing some phenomenal StarCraft. And again, it's 200 to 200 supply.
This could be it.
Oh, Curious, you're so starved.
This could be the fight. He knows he's starved. He knows he's got to take a fight here. There's Infestors. They need to land the best fungals ever. Of course, because there's a lot of units here. A massive army for INnoVation. He's got 173 army supply.
Wow.
Out of 200.
That's massive.
173. That's major.
Fungal.
Where's the spread from INnoVation? He needs to spread out these units.
At the same time, though, Curious can't engage through that small choke point himself. He needs to also take a good engagement, needs a good concave, spreading himself out. Marines at the back here, going to get chased away by the Mutas.
INnoVation setting up a deadly position. This is so hard for Curious to fight into, but he has to.
Here come the Widow Mines. Oh, they connect with a lot of that. The Ultralisks here might end up just melting completely, but at the same time, the Mutalisks reign supreme in the skies. INnoVation is going down in terms of supply. He loses a lot of his army. 107 to 67 left.
That's the fight that Curious needed. The Mutalists stay alive.
My God.
There's not enough income for Curious or INnoVation to really replenish what they've lost.
Are we going to go to game number 3?
I think so, man, because these Mutalists are going to tear apart. The Ultralists stay alive. Curious is kind of mining again now. He's going to stop INnoVation from mining at least for a little bit on this base.
These Mutas could turn around and fight some of those Marines. Oh, well, but actually, with the reinforcers.
As much as that was a good fight, and yes, INnoVation is kind of mining again, the longer this happens on, the better INnoVation's be able to replenish. Because look at the production tab. One's building units, the other isn't. So obviously his army's going to get bigger and bigger and bigger. Curious has an opportunity to win this game right here. If he allows INnoVation to mine from this base again, like he's mining from a planetary and another base in the bottom right, Curious needs to go now. Yeah, he absolutely has to, but at the same time, establishing himself on the ramp, not too bad there for INnoVation, but his army is just not that big. 94 army supply to 66. Great fungal as well on the right-hand side. Will lock a lot of that bio down with those Ultras shredding it up, and now INnoVation is on the back foot. The Mulus count is dropping, and he's only touching the army that's out there, and more units are popping out. Curious is very close to doing this. Ultras. But not yet. 10 Marines and 3 Marauders every time are going to pop out. The Ultras aren't going to last very long. At least he picked off that orbital at the north. He could scramble. A lot of that supply here for Curious is in drones. A lot of it. Oh, but at the same time, like that was used in the beginning of the game is very useful there. And we have another mining base, but there's not too many orbitals around now. There's only one orbital, which means there's only one set of mules left. Oh, but Curious got that base up to the left-hand side. He's mining so thoroughly from it. That's like a great mining base for INnoVation, because it was not just a mining base, but an orbital. They're both mining off one base right now. Even though there's a planet or a command center in the bottom right, it can't do anything. The one drone pushes this expansion away down to the bottom right-hand side, and Curious's Mutalisks, they're doing all right here. Every single Ultras that gets added into the game changes everything. It's 15 Marines against 14 Mutalisks. And now there's 3 Ultras over 3 Marauders. With another Ultras coming in, as long as Curious keeps INnoVation away from mining, Curious is looking closer and closer towards a victory. Surely INnoVation can't win then. Even INnoVation, surely he cannot come back against this. Curious is on the verge of victory to tie this series at 1-1. But INnoVation's not giving him it. Not at all. And look at this, the 3-2 Mulus say, you know, 2 turrets probably wouldn't do a lot there.
No.
But obviously they couldn't repair. He's looking around, having a look for mining bases. Curious sees a lot of this map, by the way. He knows exactly where INnoVation's mining from. But now there's 4 Ultralisks and 2 Infestors to join all the Zerglings that are out as well. INnoVation's army is very small. It's 48 to 76 army supply. Obviously, INnoVation's increasing that army supply, but without that second base that he had potentially mining.
I think what happens here is INnoVation is waiting for Curious to be impatient. He's just waiting for him to just launch a straight attack.
That's the complete opposite of how Curious is playing. He's taken another base to the left-hand side. He may even take another one to the top left.
He's playing this game out really, really well. And he's even morphing in a few Banelings. 7 Banelings alone can make a big difference in these small army situations. Relatively small army situations, at least.
Yeah, as long as Curious has all his armies together, there is an Ultralisk and a bunch of Zerglings right at the bottom there. The Nidus is in between the 3 bases. Like, even the Ultralisk and Zerglings down here. There
we go.
Even these are very vital. That Queen with full energy is vital. Every unit's vital at this point.
He's just trailing around here with this, and speaking of Nidus worms, and he sees it as well. The Widow Mines have set themselves up nicely to try and sandwich some of this in, but he takes a straight engagement with those Marines, realizing that those
What's he gonna put in there? The Ultralisk and those Lings?
I guess so. Oh, no. Oh, bye-bye Mutas. Bye-bye Mutas.
That changes a lot in this game.
Oh, my God. And the Nidus went down as well.
That changes a lot.
Oh, my God.
That changes a lot.
Oh, he got such great connections.
And
Armor
now,
supply 72 to 64.
Uh-oh, that changed a lot. Because the Mulus at 3-2 upgrades are always going to help out in the fights.
Yeah.
But now there's only, what, 2 Infestors and 4 Ultralisks against all these units and mines.
And he doesn't want to be replenishing with Mutalisks with this gas. He wants that elsewhere.
That Widow Mine got about 10 Zerglings as well. Every unit is so crucial.
Is he going to do this?
INnoVation has an opportunity to go across the other side now. He must realize his opponent's mining from these bases.
Oh my God.
And needs to do something about it. INnoVation, very close in army supply. 10 Lings, another Ultralisk coming in. Does he have what it takes here? He's mining from the north again. INnoVation somehow, some way, back in this game. Absolutely back in this game because of those hits. The mines, the Ultralisk, the mines,
don't go.
Very close. If those mines had gone off, that Ultralisk was dead, and that's another Ultralisk dead. INnoVation's found a way to drop at the top as well.
Left-hand side pushing in, gonna kill off these spine crawlers and then really draw his opponent thin. He's gonna push into the 5th base as well here. Curious is really stressed right now. He will push away this drop up to the top left.
And the Mulus are gonna harass INnoVation's base, which obviously doesn't have any defense because he's got no money for turrets or Marines to be left there.
Killing off spines, killing off spores, drops the scan.
He's got to dodge the fungals. Dodging the fungals are very important. There's a couple of large fungals there available.
Especially with those Marines as clumped up as they are. The Mutalist is going to go back and harass that base again, but there's Marines there to stop it.
INnoVation's mining off 2 bases. So is his opponent. They're both on 2 bases right now, still toe-and-toe, neck-and-neck at this point. And, well, another base is being up to the top left here for Curious. That's obviously a big focus point for INnoVation now. I'm not too sure what he's thinking. I'm pretty sure he still needs to attack because he, as much as he's mining off 2 bases, they're running out of minerals because these are bases that he's had to recycle over and over and over. Maybe he's looking for a different attack path here. Maybe not through the bottom where the spines and fungals, maybe from the higher ground.
It's all on you, Widow Mines. You need to do some serious damage to this army. Right now, 98 army supply against 105. Still not too bad here.
Only 3 Marauders. The mines are very important.
Fungal did whiff, throws out an infested Terran, but does not force any Widow Mines there to be detonated.
Pretty tense. Pretty tense here.
Pretty tense, you're right.
As INnoVation's taking the high ground, he's spreading his Marines out. He's got reinforcements coming across.
A lot of
He's got to
Zerglings.
spread his units away from the fungals. If he was able to pick off an Infestor, I think I'd shoot somebody. But
oh, one Ultralisk here gets caught in a bit of an odd spot.
Very good position. INnoVation's, he's asking for the fight now.
Yeah, he is. And now,
one
Curious.
Ultralisk gonna get picked off down the bottom, maybe.
Widow Mine's just trying to filter through. He needs that spine crawler dead so he can reinforce this position a little easier. There we go.
He's broken the spine.
Nice
2 more
transfuse.
Ultralisks coming in. There are 8 Ultralisks out now. That's a lot of Ultralisks.
I'm trying to keep an eye on this one Ultra who's doing a good job, but at the same time he's going to go for it.
This is the last fight, probably.
Curious trying to take this fight to him, but the Widow Mines get some good connections, and at the same time the Banelings connect with a lot of it as well.
The Ultra's too strong.
It's just too strong. Yeah, 97 army supplies to 60. INnoVation is going to get pushed back here, but nice kiting. There's no Banelings there to be able to force this, and he does have a fungal. He just needs to connect with it.
He missed the fungal at the back there. So these units kiting back. If they were to be able to pick off all these Ultralisks, oh my God, no medivacs. Oh, the fungal. That's the money fungal. That caught a lot of these units. INnoVation is in so much trouble now. Curious is mining on all those bases to the top right. Wow, Curious ties it up.
Sorry for that. Breathing with the mic. All right.
What a game.
Not only was that difficult to commentate at the end, but that was difficult to observe. I'm doing all the observing, but...
That was a tough game from both sides. And we are going to game number 3, the last game of the evening, to find out who's going to Interextreme Masters New York. All on the line. Both players playing some fantastic StarCraft.
What a game. What a series. So far, Curious. He could do this.
Yeah.
He could actually eliminate INnoVation, who we pegged at the beginning. I mean, everyone pegged at the beginning. The outright favorite here to advance on. But Curious is playing some great StarCraft.
Yeah, and it's not over yet. We have another map. It's Belshire Vestige, a traditional map from INnoVation to be able to play his aggressive style on, to waypoint down one lane, to drop on the other where the potential 5th or 4th base is, to drop inside the main base. This is going to be a good one. We know how this map plays out. We know how both these players are playing, and I'm pretty sure Curious will... Well, does he? I say that and I eat my own words. Does he play a normal game again? Do we see a cheese room? Do we see a roach baiting attack to try to win the game earlier instead of playing it out against INnoVation?
He just proved that he can make this work in terms of a big macro game. But Belshire,
on a smaller map?
Exactly. This is what I was going to say. On a smaller map, it's harder to make that big drawn-out game work against INnoVation. And now, spawning down to the bottom right-hand corner, our blue Terran representing Acer. He is INnoVation. And up to the top left... And my hand's shaking. And over to the top left, a man who's brought the firepower back to INnoVation himself. He is StarTale Curious.
Yeah, absolutely remarkable series so far. But what's going to happen in the last game? This is the part where we all need to just hold our breath and be like, does Curious do something crazy? Does INnoVation randomly throw out a 2 barracks? Because both of them have played a fantastic game. And as much as INnoVation is talked about and hyped about, you know, as the #1 player in the world, we always forget about the likes of Curious, who isn't even regarded for a lot of people as top 5 Zerg in the world. There's a lot of other Zerg players that come before him when it comes to like Dongregu, Jaedong, Solkey. There's others as well, but Curious doesn't really come up there very often in people's favorite list of Zerg players. But to be honest, this series just kind of makes you remember that Curious is still a very good and underrated player.
Yeah, still there and around, and oh boy, he can really pack a punch if he wants to. And this series so far is looking fantastic. I'm trying to think of a better series I've cast in a long while. This is great.
It's a very, very intense series. And a good one, to say the least.
All right, well, Curious now. He's going to open up with Hatchery first. What better way to open up this game than going straight to the macro, as is INnoVation, going for Command Center first as well. So Belshire Vestige, the final map to determine who moves on to the Intel Extreme Masters New York. And either of these players moving on has got to be the favorite going in.
Yeah, after the performance here, absolutely. This is obviously the most difficult qualifier that Intel Extreme Masters has had for the New York. The list of players, especially when, you know, stage 1 and 2 is being covered for just the Koreans. You got everybody in there. But now there's just 2 players fighting for the last slot. Zest already has gone through as the first place finisher today from KT Rolster, Protoss player. And now we have INnoVation versus Curious fighting for the 2nd place, 1 game apiece. We do have gas from Curious in this game, compared to previously where he only took gas a lot later on. He focused very heavily on Queens. This could push him down the angle of aggression, but INnoVation ideally is going to go in and see this, and I'd be surprised if he just didn't see this. So he also knows that aggression could come. It is a smaller map, so a smaller map obviously helps INnoVation's waypointing of units in the late game and just to get over there faster. But it's also easier for Curious to be aggressive in the early stages too. It
also depends, like in the mid game, if it gets that far, if Curious allows it to get that far, because I feel that he dictates that in this scenario. Is that if it depends on which way INnoVation expands. If he expands up to this top right and gets aggressive really, really early on, as you said, you know, smaller map, bit easier to actually apply that pressure. And Curious could crumble because he's had on the past 2 maps good amounts of time to actually make that work out.
Curious is already building a lot of Zerglings here. I mean, not a lot, but enough.
10's big.
Yeah, 10's a big number here, and what he's looking to catch out is INnoVation, who sometimes doesn't get the bunker. And even if he does get the bunker, what happens if there's a full surround on the bunker by 10 Zerglings and there's only 1 or 2 Marines inside it? And that means the bunker dies.
Yep.
And that means that the SCV line is compromised because the Hellions are the next level of defense after 2 Marines. A smart move from Curious. 4 lings behind this as well. He's expecting to break the bunker. He's probably expecting to waypoint a bunch of Zerglings down and try and do even more damage. Look at the 10 lings. Going to wrap around the bunker. Full surrounds.
Yeah, and that's going to be really annoying here for...
Oh, he's gone past it.
Wait, what?
He's gone past it. Oh,
Get it. Oh.
Okay, so
Uh-oh.
that's kind of fortunate. If the wall was there, that would have been a bit more embarrassing, but the wall wasn't there.
No, it wasn't. 2 barracks get added on behind this. The Zerglings are actually going to town.
10 lings, Curious.
Oh, he sees a window.
All
24
the SCVs.
lings.
Oh my god, all the SCVs. INnoVation is losing it.
9 are down.
10 SCVs have been killed. 20 Zerglings.
GG.
Already.
Oh my god.
Already.
Sorry, I kind of had a bit of an outburst. I didn't expect that quick.
Wow,
GG.
straight into the mirror line. INnoVation loses 10 workers like that, and Curious says, "What's up?" And he is going to the Industry Masters New York tournament. And what a way to finish the game.
Are you as surprised as I am?
Well, I think that, let me just say that if he somehow survived against those links and lost all his SCVs, he was still dead to the follow-up.
Wow.
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 Great GG shout there, Clarence. What a way to end it, though. That was...
Please no one do anything with that at all. That was
fast. That was not quite the game I expected as the last one, but INnoVation's out. INnoVation did not qualify for the Industry Masters New York tournament. It's Curious and Zest.
Wow. Okay, that was cool. All right. Well, Curious advances on, and I kind of got my wish in the end of wanting a Zerg to advance through, but not exactly in the way I was expecting it.
Yeah.
I'm kind of just in shock.
Curious wins at the end. 2 and fantastic 35-minute games apiece at least, and then a quick 5-minute game for game number 3. And it's over. It's over.
It's over.
Fast.
It's
So
over,
Curious
guys.
finishes in 2nd place. Unfortunately, INnoVation is not. But from what with the ruling of how Industry Masters works, from what I read, is that there are invites going out to WCS high-ranked players anyway, right?
That's true.
So technically, there could be still an invitation going out to INnoVation, right?
There could be, yeah.
I don't know. I mean,
I don't think he would deny the invitation.
If there
Let's
was
be
one.
honest.
Yeah.
If there was one.
to high-ranked WCS players. There you go.
Yeah, I'm scared of the chat now. Anyway, okay, guys. So that wraps things up for today. What a day of games. What a series we witnessed in the end. Zest and INnoVation advance on, and they're going to be joining the likes of Hook, State, Polt, 4GG, Naniwa, and I'm missing one more. An American. QXC?
4GG? QXC? Yeah.
Was QXC there as well?
Yeah,
QXC.
Yeah.
Awesome. So that does it for now. Apollo, any last words before we close this out?
No, just make sure to tune in for WCS tomorrow. Begins around the 16th for Europe.
And also, guys, if you want to get tickets for the Intel Extreme Masters, head over to Team Liquid, click on Store, click on North America, and click on Other. I think there's a few tickets left there for the... Damn it. All right. Okay, that's going to do it for us, guys. Big thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next time.